Hey everyone, welcome to the Redemption Arms channel. I'm Sergeant Tarfu. We're going to go over the Skimmer trigger real quick. I picked up a bunch of these actually. They're really nice. I didn't even know what it was, right? So Skimmer trigger, it was on sale and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll give it a try. Cause I tried a bunch of different ones and, I figured why not? And then when I got it, it was Haley Strategic, right? So, see, Haley Strategic. Skimmer's got their little dragonfly, butterfly, whatever it is. It's got their bug on it. So that piqued my interest, right? Because normally the products they put out are pretty fancy, high quality, and I didn't pay like Zev trigger prices, so I was pretty taken back. So I was excited to give it a try, and I was impressed thoroughly, right? So let's go over what's in the package, right? I'll roll on some pictures too. You got the spring, right? I don't know if you can see in here. You got the cups with the new safety, all super high polished. Even the spring is pretty. And then this is the complete trigger, right? It's got everything. And a nice smooth face on that shoe, right? The safety is decent resistance, right? Like normally on a Glock you just can't really tell, but now you could feel like you're touching the safety, right? You could feel it engage, nice positive, and but it's not like you're pulling a second trigger. So it's really, really sweet. They bundle it together so it's not all flopping around, but man, look at that shot. They polished it so well. It almost looks chromed. Every piece is just pretty, right? You almost don't want to shoot it. It's so pretty. Anyway, fantastic. I got a bunch. So some of the builds where I want to do different colors on the triggers and stuff, it's just not going to work out for, because I don't want to grind off the shoe, and I don't want to mess with the trigger. I don't know. It's weird. It's like I feel like it's not that I'm not okay voiding a warranty necessarily, because I've voided plenty. But when something is so nice, I don't want to mess with it. So I'd rather just take apart like a Zev trigger or something like that and play with that. This I'm gonna leave. So I have a few extra. I'll go ahead and put them up for auction. Really, really great, fantastic. The Haley Strategic Skimmer trigger, really, you got to give it a try. And I put it in one of the other videos, the hard day, where I was going over the feel. It just nice, clean reset, and the features of it are really well thought out. So it's Glock OEM parts, right? But they polish it and they clean it, and they do such a good job. I gotta look at my notes. So 100% Glock parts. It's non-adjustable, right? So you're not gonna like screw it up, and it's not gonna lose its setting or whatever, right? You bang on the trigger a lot. A lot of people's, they get a little excited and slap on the trigger and things start working loose, right? It's a firearm, so you don't have to worry about it because it's not adjustable. So it's not gonna do that. It's a 5.5 pound trigger, which, as long as you don't have like little weak, super weak little child fingers, it works. And I think it even works for kids. It's a drop-in trigger. It literally, it's the whole thing, right? I would take the extra time to put the spring. I don't know why they added the cups. It's a good idea. You can never really run out of those things because you mess around and shoot it off into a corner somewhere and you got to find it. It's pain. But so I appreciate the extra cups. I don't think that they're like special cups though. And then you have the safety. Look, the safety really, really matters. A lot of people just swap the trigger bar out and they think that they're going to change the dynamics of that trigger. And it's not just the trigger bar, right? How that trigger bar interacts with how the whole thing works together, it all really matters, right? So adding that poly safety in there, really sweet idea, really nice. I recommend, changing that out. So what they've done is they've reduced a lot of the pre-travel. So that way that mushiness in the front that all Glocks have, they've eliminated most of it. So now you have a little bit. That's your like, think about it. And then, okay, clean break, right? It's got a predictable wall. It comes back. The reset is, it's nice. It's good, right? So if you are doing trigger reset and you're practicing with trigger reset, it's not going to be a hassle, right? You're not going to be, 1/8 of an inch and then, 3/30 seconds and then 5/30 seconds and then back to an 8, right? It's all nice, right? It's all smooth, very predictable. The crisp, clean break, and the reduction of the pre-travel, they all come together. So I don't know if you've ever done the drill where you take an empty pistol and you have someone set up brass, shell casing on the actual sight, right? Not on just on the top of the pistol, but on the sight. And then you pull that trigger and then you watch how you dip when you're pulling that trigger. And then you practice like not dipping down like that. Like a lot of that is in the waiting and anticipation. And this trigger, because that slack and all that is gone, you're not there. You don't even have time to do it, right? As soon as you make it the decision and you're putting that, trigger into motion, boom. Like you don't have that spongy wait, now fire, right? That's all gone, for the most part. So, increased accuracy, I would expect. Like you don't get those weird dip misses, like that all goes away. I mean, that's a safety issue too, right? If you have to use this in defense of a life, you want to be super accurate, so that, the job is done and with the least amount of violence and accidental, injuries. So, perfect. And if you're, IPSC, or whatever, 3-gun, whatever it is, I can't imagine that would be a bad thing either, right? Wonderful trigger. If you have any questions about it, go ahead and send me a message and I'd be glad to help you out. I'll put a link to the auction, or I'll post the video to the auction. And thanks for watching. God bless.